Do?
Faria.
Faria? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnagan to secure your position as Lord, you still... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Dahnan rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagin. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagin. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagin and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elda Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open. Be my guest.
That's my cue.
Demon Fang. Shut him down.
Can't get out of this!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Into the shadows!
Dragon Force! We're not finished! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Force! Reload! Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! Lunar Eruption! That'll bring you down! Raging Star!
Double Demon Fang! I'm ready!
Lost! Demons Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Radiant Spear!
Double Demon Fang from the radar!
Annihilation!
Blow away! Elusive Deity! Eagle Ray!
Light Astral Energy! Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more! Resonate with the earth! Double Demon Fang!
Reload! In here!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm out of ammo! I'm all set!
Blow away!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
I don't know when it happened, but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out, like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor's what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Hear me! Flame
Resonate with the earth!
Water! I hear my call!
Double demon fang!
Light their shields! It is in the sky, it's mine!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara! I can feel my power growing!
A really bad feeling about this.
Now you'll learn!
Another incantation ruined.
They really don't give up, do they?
You got spirit! Not today!
Air threat!
Can't get out of this! Resonate with the earth! I can carve through armor! Stalagmite! On your knees! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Mega Ray! Can't be
You're away! Elusive Deity! Dragon Swarm! Eagle Rage! Turbo Demon Tail!
in here! No ammo!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Prepare to be healed! Take this! I'm ready!
Lost!
Demon Descend! Flashing Fang!
We can really make weapons with this?
Don't get careless!
Don't tell me!
Engaging! Ignite! Down! Double Demon Fang! Have you ever considered your Dragon Swarm! Blood! Rending
In the sky, it's mine!
Lady flew away!
Ready and rare!
That'll bring you down! Feel!
Raining Slash!
I'll be saving you!
Relief!
Shoot back!
Stand back! I'll trip it up! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
First aid!
Relief! Elusive Deity! Double Demon Fang!
Raging fire!
Support!
Annihilation!
Flew away! Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang! It's on! I'll smash you!
Energy! Here, let me help! Raging cascade! No corruption! Wait now!
Dragon
Mega
Swarm!
Ray! This one's mine! Raging storm! Art steel! Hear me! Burning earth! Raging flame! Spread! That'll bring you down!
Denied!
Corruption! Not on my watch!
You picked the wrong fight!
Dance in the wind!
Double Demon Fang! Take this!
Raging cascade! Sleep now.
Now you see what I can do! My field, blow away!
Searing flame!
I'm ready!
Doreen!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
I have a bad feeling about
Shield
this.
calamity!
Lunar correction! Lunar blast!
I'm ready! Lunar Rondo! Hurricane thrust!
More for the stockpile! Water, hear my call!
Double stick shot!
I never miss!
Lunar Rondo!
Flame of fear!
Hurricane thrust! Not today!
Raging cascade! Here's the evil!
Rising Megan! Rising Falcon! In a bind?
Sleep now! Not in your dreams!
Far enough! Now you see what I can do! Demon Wax! Reflect on
More
my
for the
sins!
stockpile.
They smite with blackened flame! Hurricane bloody howling! Sword rain out! This one's all mine! Burn in hell! Rising Falcon! Lunar Rondo! Tear! Hurricane thrust! Rising Falcon! Double demon fang!
Will this help?
It's in the
Sky is mine!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Photon,
Double demon fang!
Thunderblade!
I'll stop its
Here
charge!
goes! Thank you, Sarah!
Denied!
Lightning
I can
orb!
carve through armor! They smite with blackened blade! Can't get out of this!
Lunar corruption! Your dreams! Where are you going?
Double demon fang! Demon lash!
Air thrust!
Tornado guard!
Lightning missile! Thunderblade!
Benediction light! Heal!
Annihilation!
Rising!
Mega ray! Annihilation!
Hurricane thrust!
Great astral energy! Hands in the wind!
Dragon
Here's the
Ball!
healing art! Light cascade in the wind! Sleep now! No more playing nice! Glass of fear! Here's evil!
Into everlasting
Hurricane
dark!
thrust!
Negative gate!
Crossblade!
Rising Falcon!
Water! Hear my call!
Air pressure!
Fled! Lightning! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Benediction light!
First aid! Tempest!
Double
Radiant
team
Blade!
shattering the pieces! Attack
I'm
time!
out of ammo!
Sword Rain Alpha! I'll blind you with a shot! Dragon Swarm!
Light excellence! Raging to the
Take
flame!
this!
Mega ray! Sleep lightning! Field! Not in your dreams!
Reflect on thy sins!
Dragon
Swarm! My Dragon! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! We can really make weapons with this?
soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over...
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
Annihilation! Searing blade! Reload! Out of ammo!
Time to cross
Some
blade!
fights are better left unfought.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
This one's mine! Far enough! Don't suffer in
Leave the agile to me.
Try harder!
Dance on the wind! Eat dirt!
Here, let me help.
Double demon fang!
Hear me! Please,
Begin! Try harder!
Hear my
Double
call!
demon fang! Sword rain out! Sword rain out!
Let me help.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help. First aid! Photon, lightning,
Sword rain alpha!
Take
this! Try harder! No further!
Mega ray!
Sword rain alpha!
Power of water! Annihilation!
No time to break this night!
Leave the Raging storm! I'll heal you all!
I can carve through armor!
Far enough! Healing circle! Supernova!
Double demon fang!
To pull myself together.
Prepare to be sealed!
Here, let
No
me help.
further!
Eat dirt! Lightning!
Eat dirt!
Light astral energy!
Dragon swarm!
I never miss!
Piss on!
Now!
Sword rain out!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Here I go! Got
Burn! Captivity!
Raging storm!
Double demon fang!
Photon blast!
Dragon
Raging
swarm!
into shadows!
Bathed in blood!
Seal! Mega ray! I'll be saving
Hurricane
power of
thrust!
water!
We did it!
Raging storm! More where that came from! Huddle! Photon blast! Raging cascade! Sleep well, glacial field! I'll be saving evil!
Sword rain out!
Take this! Freeze Lancer!
Double demon fang! Eat dirt!
Arch shield! More where that came from! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Can't get out of this! Dragon
Do it!
swarm!
Storm! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
We can really make weapons with this?
This one's tough! Bring him down! Being interrupted.
How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Fight me with it! Be let free! Allow me to help you! Fall back! Sword rain
Don't let the
alpha!
hatred consume me! Lunar blast!
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon swarm! Begin!
Radiant blood! Here!
This!
Annihilate! We got it!
Invocation brewing. You're mine. Benediction. Allow me to help. Try harder. Time to let it rip. Sword Rain Alpha. Dragon Throw. Sword Rain Alpha. Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Flame of Fury! Raging Storm!
No further.
Nothing gets by me! Dragon Form! Bring you down! Raging Cascade!
Captivity.
In here I go!
You picked the wrong fight. Wide open. It won't escape me.
Spider-Man watch and sweep!
Double fire support.
Lightning Orb! Do it! Dragon Form!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Citizen!
Fall back. Double demon fire. Dragon Form. Not today.
Raging Cascade!
Ringlet. Light burst forth.
Radiant Citizen! Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil! Freeze Laser! Raging Storm!
Dragon
Heal
Form.
First
I
Aid!
owe you one. Take this. Double demon fang. Can't get out of this.
Radiant now!
Dragon Form.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. I can feel my power growing.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alvin.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alvin.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.